Hey everyone, and welcome to our story corner. Today, we're hopping into a beautiful, sunny meadow filled with the softest green grass and wildflowers of every color. In this lovely place lived a little rabbit named Nilo. Nilo was known for one thing more than any other: his love for carrots. He had the fluffiest white tail, the twitchiest nose, and the sharpest eyes for spotting the brightest, crunchiest carrots in the entire meadow. Every morning, while other rabbits played tag or napped in the warm sun, Nilo was busy. He would dig and pull, gathering a huge pile of delicious carrots. He built a special burrow just to store them, a treasure trove of orange gold that he kept all to himself. "These are my carrots," he'd whisper proudly, "every single one." He loved counting them, arranging them from biggest to smallest, and just admiring his impressive collection. To Nilo, this pile of carrots was the greatest treasure in the world. He believed that having more carrots than anyone else was the key to being the happiest rabbit in the meadow. He'd nibble on one whenever he felt hungry, always careful not to eat too many, so his pile would stay as big as possible. One particularly bright afternoon, after a long morning of gathering, Nilo sat at the entrance of his burrow, munching on a particularly sweet carrot. He felt quite pleased with himself, but as he looked out across the meadow, he noticed something. His friends, a squirrel named Squeaky, a little field mouse named Mia, and a badger named Barnaby, were gathered under a large oak tree. They weren't playing or chasing each other like they usually did. Instead, they looked quiet and a little sad. Their tummies were rumbling so loudly that Nilo could hear them from his burrow. They had been searching for berries and nuts all day, but the patch they usually visited was empty. Nilo watched as Mia sighed, her tiny whiskers drooping. Squeaky was trying to cheer everyone up with a funny dance, but even he couldn't hide his hunger. Nilo looked at his friends, then glanced back at his enormous pile of carrots, so big that some were spilling out of his burrow. A strange feeling started to bubble up inside him. It wasn't the happy, proud feeling he usually got from his treasure. This was something different, a little uncomfortable, like a stone in his shoe. He saw his friends' hungry faces, and then he looked at his mountain of food. Suddenly, his carrots didn't seem as shiny or special as they did before. What good was having all the carrots in the world if his friends were hungry? He thought about all the fun times they'd had together, playing hide and seek among the tall grasses and telling stories under the stars. Those memories were precious, far more precious than any carrot. A new idea, a warm and generous idea, began to sprout in Nilo's heart. He took a deep breath, grabbed a potful of his best, crunchiest carrots, and hopped over to the oak tree. "Hi everyone," he said, a little shyly. I seem to have a few extra carrots. Would you like some?" Squeaky, Mia, and Barnaby looked up, their eyes wide with surprise. "Really, Nilo?" Mia squeaked. "You'd share your carrots with us?" Nilo nodded, a big smile spreading across his face. "Of course, there's plenty to go around." He laid the carrots on a large leaf in the center of their circle. Instantly, the mood under the oak tree changed. The sad faces disappeared, replaced by joyful smiles. Squeaky did a happy flip, Barnaby gave a cheerful grunt, and Mia clapped her tiny paws together. They all started munching on the sweet, crisp carrots, their thanks and laughter filling the air. As Nilo watched his friends enjoy the food, a wonderful feeling washed over him. It was a warm, glowing happiness that spread from his chest all the way to the tips of his ears. This feeling was 1,000 times better than the satisfaction he got from counting his carrots alone in his burrow. He realized something incredibly important that day. Kindness tasted sweeter than any carrot. Sharing his treasure didn't make him have less. It made him have more. More friends, more laughter, and more happiness. From that day forward, Nilo's burrow was no longer a secret treasure hoard. It became a sharing pantry for everyone in the meadow. Nilo learned that the true secret to happiness wasn't about having the most, but about sharing what you have. The sunny meadow became an even happier place, filled with the sounds of friendship and the joy of shared meals. And Nilo, the little rabbit who once kept everything for himself, became the kindest and happiest rabbit of all. Thanks for listening, everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories. See you next time.